Hi, I'm Nick.
I'm Regan.
I'm Maggie.
I'm Kate. We're a Cheat family, and today we're traveling to the Richard Nixon Presidential Library and Museum in Yorba Linda, California.
We started our visit outside on the grounds.
Our first stop was the graves of Richard and Pat Nixon.
Next, we got to walk through the Army One or the Marine One helicopter. It depends who's flying it.
4 different presidents used this helicopter, including Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon, and Ford.
One of the unique things about this presidential museum is that it actually has the house that Nixon was born in. You can join a docent on a tour of the house.
It is furnished with lots of its original pieces and many of the family's artifacts.
That piano was inherited from Hannah's father.
Finally, we walked through the Presidential Museum.
We actually recommend watching the video at the end of the museum first.
It gives you a great overview of Nixon's life and political career.
But after the defeats in 1960 and 1962, many people said I couldn't win an election. I had to prove that I could.
He went on to win every primary he entered.
And makes the exhibits easier to understand.
The museum chronicles Nixon's career from congressman to senator to vice president of the United States.
We learned about his wilderness years, when he lost his bid for the presidency, and then the governor's race of California.
It was interesting to learn that after being out of political office for 8 years, he was finally elected president in 1968.
We didn't realize how many things Nixon did when he was president.
He ended the Vietnam War.
Opened relations with China.
Signed a missile treaty with the Soviet Union.
Established the Environmental Protection Agency.
He was president when Apollo 11 landed on the moon.
Wednesday afternoon, as I step out on a plane to tourist withdrawal. Beautiful valley.
Enforced desegregation in southern schools.
And was elected for a second term by one of the largest margins in U.S. history.
So many of his presidential successes were overshadowed by the Watergate Scandal. Richard Nixon is the only U.S. president to resign from office.
In retirement, Nixon wrote books and continued to travel abroad, assisting future presidents Ford, Carter, and Reagan with foreign policy suggestions.
Nixon died in 1994 at the age of 81.
5 U.S. presidents attended his funeral, and President Bill Clinton gave a eulogy.
I didn't know very much about Richard Nixon except for a few facts about the Watergate Scandal. But after walking through the museum, I learned he did a lot for our country nationally and for our relations abroad.
As much as I enjoyed the Presidential Library, it shocked me how much Pat Nixon, the First Lady, influenced the world.
Don't forget to get your smashed pennies in the gift shop. We learned a ton about President Richard Nixon.
His successes.
And his failures.
The library and museum are worth a visit.
From the Richard Nixon Presidential Library and Museum in California, this is how a Cheat family travels. It's truly been a splendid day.
As much as I enjoyed the